Ministry.
you keep making reference to how things are done here with the UK and you 1,000 naira before, and it reduced to, from what I can see, at least will kind of get it right. They say that when you try it this way, it doesn't work. You try another method, it will work. Unfortunately, it's the innocent Nigerians that are being turned like dodo, who will have to bear the consequences of the error made while they're trying to make corrections, and not just bear the consequence for the mistake or pay for the errors. However, let's just say that in times like this, we'll stand in solidarity. That's the utmost truth. That's what is important. Meanwhile, a particular Charles Omoye revealed that there are five cabals in the president's government. You also know that Aisha Buhari as well made the same statement concerning her late husband. Aisha Buhari said that majority of Buhari's government were filled with cabals. These cabals literally dictated the activities of the day, within about around the president. She said that Buhari tried not to interfere with anyone. He really did try. He tried as much as possible to stay out of anything, just focused on what it meant to govern. But he said no way, that the cabal, which was headed by Mamandora, had other ideas. In fact, I'm so surprised. It's like Aisha Buhari had a lot to divulge. Like, she had a lot to say. If not for what happened to her husband, she would have kept quiet. We heard some narration that took place during the time, how she reacted when she left the Aso Villa. I had to stay in one of the quarters away from her husband. Apparently, those issues we heard were true, in as much as they tried to keep it tight-lipped. Aisha Buhari is really vomiting, like she's saying a lot she's divulging. So does the same thing apply to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And these supposed cabals, are they positive cabals or negative cabals? The cabals that worked with late Muhammad Buhari seem to have deteriorated Buhari's government. And according to what Omoye said, he said that newspapers given to Buhari were not the actual newspapers that we read, and we read contents based on what is going on in government. They forged newspapers, they forged stories. They gave him stories that made it seem as if everything was okay. And it brought to my memory, I remember one time when I don't know if you remember Simon Lalong or Solomon Lalong, former Minister of Sports and Youth Development during Buhari's tenure, when he said that he took Buhari out. He told Buhari that, let me take you out and let you see how people are suffering and the state of insecurity. And Buhari always said he was never in the know. He never knows. He's never aware. So could this actually verify that they deliberately kept him in the dark? We also heard that once you become a president, they kind of isolate you. You don't have access to your phones. You're not really told what is going on outside, like really outside. It is what they tell you that you believe. It's what they tell you that you adopt. It is what they tell you you absorb. But they say the opposite is actually what is operating in Tinubu's government. Tinubu is in charge of his own cabal. That's the difference. So Omoye is the author of From Soldier to Statesman, and he said that there are five cabals within the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This was during an interview with Politics Today, a program that runs on channels television. According to him, others that are in the cabal include Femi Bajabiamila, the president's chief of staff, Wike Group, the Sheyi Tinubu Group, and the First Lady Remi Tinubu Group. He says the president will always have people around him, but you need to put systems in place to avoid state capture or presidential capture because, for example, the current government have, from what I can see, at least five cabals within the presidency. And the interesting thing about one of the cabals actually is headed by the president himself based on his own analysis. So in this current administration, at least there are five groups. There is a group of chief of staff, there is that of the son, there is that of the wife, and that the people in that circle, like the SCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, and Nuhu Ribadu. Also, he says that Sheyi Tinubu's group consists of those he helped get some government appointments and all that. And of course, you have the First Ladies group. So this group of persons are the people close to the president that he trusts absolutely, especially if you recall. Now, if you had recalled last week, we talked about how the strategy of dominating all the states, whereby you create a situation where you have an APC dominated states. They said that particular idea or political strategy came from the supposed cabal from the chief of staff to the president. Mr. Tony, but I think the last time we did a video together, I remember reading that out, where they said that this cabal, this set of persons, based on the fact that some certain regions in the north, some certain locations in the north, or some of the northerners are not happy with Tinubu's government. So the idea is to demystify the north. And how do you do that? Ensure that all the southern states, you have it on lock, starting from their governors. And when you have the governors in charge in your party, obviously you can induce stuff. Tony Okocha has said how they go about it. You influence INEC, you influence the judiciary. Anyone who loses, you tell them to go to court. When they go to court, you've already influenced the judiciary.
Want weight loss treatment with no hidden costs? Prescription weight loss plans through hers include personalized care, tracking tools, and access to 24/7 support. At one
a room there, they write the election results. Tony Okocha made a statement about all of this. He said it brazenly with impunity. He didn't hide his words. He didn't mince his words. So the plan, based on what was reeled out, is that all the southern states captured for the president, then maybe the president would just need a few northern states. Maybe he would target the KKK states. Once that is done, he doesn't really need the majority. He has the FCT, obviously headed by Wiki. So it all depends on what it takes place. But does this mean that the votes of Nigerians will not count when they categorically and specifically speak like this by saying they have conquered the entire southern states, that even the opposition remaining, Godswill Akpabio said it, that the remaining opposition, that is about 4 or 5, they intend to defect, but they don't want them to, because it will be somehow not to have any opposition. I don't understand. It would be somehow not to have any opposition. But in other words, at the National Assembly, that's the green chamber or the red chamber rather, if those senators join, then you have a predominant APC state. APC National Assembly. Anything can go. Nobody will oppose. And if you oppose, they will hear you down. So even if your own is nay, it wouldn't count. And so there are fears by people that, are we now in a one-party system of government? What does that say about the wants and the needs of Nigerians? Those who are meant to represent them as opposition in the House, who are now defecting to the ruling party, means that they have rendered Nigerians voiceless. They don't have a voice, because those are the constituents who are meant to represent them have defected to the ruling party for one need or the other. The general idea or the general statement by these individuals is that they want to be close to the center. They want to be close to the president. That way they're close to the center, development will come to their region. That's the excuses they all keep giving. So where does this place Nigerians? How does it place Nigerians in this state where there are a lot of inconsistencies and there are questions as to the lack of transparency, the lack of accountability, the carelessness, the nonchalancy about everything the government does that affects the lives of the people? For example, the budget implementation, the policies that will commence from next year. You did not take the consideration of Nigerians. You did not even try to have a parley with them. You signed a memorandum of understanding without seeking the support of the people whose supposed data you're giving these people to help you handle. Even if you feel you're not giving all your data to them, that they're providing you tech to handle this data. Again, these are the inconsistencies Nigerians are complaining about, and they're not comfortable with what is going on. So Charles Omoye revealed quite a lot about Tinubu's cabal. Now, Timmy Frank, a former APC chieftain, is saying that Nuhu Ribadu and the Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak should be questioned, should be supposedly prevented from having any access to the United States, meaning they should be banned, that they are arming terrorists because of the vigilantes that were supposedly said they were given arms and the patrol vehicles by the state government. And the NSA also said that they corroborated, but the NSA said they're not arming bandits, that they're local vigilantes, which the NSA is aware. So if the NSA is aware, how come the locals are not aware of these guys? So again, this is the problem. The fact that there is no trust at all, and where Nigerians feel that insecurity is highly sponsored from the executive, that there is nothing you can tell anybody. In the regard as well, the House of Rep members have raised campaign spending limits in 2027 elections for presidential candidates up to 10 billion naira. So what happened is that there's a significant increase in campaign spending limits for candidates contesting elective offices in Nigeria as part of ongoing efforts to amend the Electoral Act 2022 ahead of the 2027 general elections. The decision was taken during plenary yesterday. Under the approved changes, the maximum amount a presidential candidate can spend on electioneering campaigns was doubled from 5 billion as stipulated in the existing act to 10 billion naira, and it goes on for governors, House of Rep members, senators. So from 1 billion, that is to for governorship elections, campaign spending limit usually used to be 1 billion, but they increased it now to 3 billion. Senatorial candidates can now spend up to 500 million naira, up from previous 100 million naira. They were sporadic in deliberating this specifically. All the attention that was given swiftly was for 2027 elections. They've also been able to pass swiftly electronic upload of results, meaning that results should be seen in real time. It's meant for it's now meant for the president to sign it into law. The House of Rep has actually looked into that, and they have promised that it will be very, very important for them to consider it. So in that regard, anyways, Nigerians are asking pertinent questions about what the House of Rep members consider to be priority to them. And you could see the APC caucus meeting that was held, and you heard all that they said in the APC caucus meeting. No one way did they reiterate how Nigeria's priority is what the party reflects during the talk at the caucus meeting. And it's all about money, 2027, 2027, 2027. Meanwhile, at this point in time, there's stifled economy. They say on paper there is growth, but in reality, that's not what it is. Some food items are coming down now. Anyways, have you heard the latest about the bag of rice? I've been hearing that it's 45,000, 50,000, 70 something. That's good news. I mean, it's not good news with this current dispensation and the naira to the dollar 1,500. Well, it was 100,000 naira before, 120,000 naira before, and it reduced to.
Let's start with that. It seems like you forget history. You should forget anything that happened yesterday or in the evening. I mean, in the morning.
We're just saying compared to what it was in 2023,
not good
when
news.
the president came in, it has at least it's kind of a little bit better, isn't it?
It came down a little. It's not better.
Okay, yes. Now that's what you would say. The wages commensurate to that particular amount for bag of rice. That's it. And some workers are not even paying BSc office holders up to 100,000 naira. So if you're earning 80,000 naira, you want to buy a bag of rice, you have nothing left.
What about those who are collecting 45,000? That's graduate. Yes. Some of them are doing security work and they pay them 45,000 and some other jobs. When they have no choice. So we should look at all that too.
Meanwhile, Akpabio is disclosing today that some people are tormenting Nigeria with orchestrated insecurity. Do you believe that?
Yes, it's true.
Who are they? He said these are those who want to tarnish the image of the president. That the insecurity we're currently experiencing is orchestrated, deliberately orchestrated.
That means he knows, and he didn't do anything. So that's what I was saying. They know them.
Number one, see allegation against the national security advisor. Has it bunked it?
He's now telling us.
They're the people.
He just told us that they know about all these things.
And they're the people benefiting from it.
We take his word for it now. We take him by his word.
You take him by his word.
Yes. And now he said that some people that means you have the evidence. You want for you to allege.
They know.
He just said that now.
Vice President, they know. All of them, they know.
If he had said we don't know, or maybe perhaps he said it categorically, as a statement that this is what is happening. So
interesting. Let me hear you. Okay, so if that's what you believe, well, more details have been emerging from late Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Do you think it's the same thing that we're experiencing in this administration?
Esther, let me say something. You see, I was listening to your news this evening with my brother Gobe, and in fact, I was crying. I didn't want to come to this studio, but because I didn't inform you that I would not come. That's why every rational human being, let me use the word human being, will bleed seeing this country going the way it's going. When I listen to the budget, when I listen to what Akpabio was saying, I whip my heart bleed. See, when they are accusing that some people are cabal all these things, or some people are causing insecurity, they're the people. Look at the allegation a PDP senator from Sokoto said that what was gazetted about this tax of 18 was different from what they passed. Nobody's saying anything about it. And the president gazetted it, and it's an impeachable offense. Nobody's talking about it. Look at the budget of 2025 budget. Nobody's talking about it. They are not telling us what happened. Look at this one. The deficit of almost 22 or 20 something trillion. Where are we going to get money to cushion or to pay this? Nobody's talking. What they are talking about is how they capture every other person, no opposition. The five, he was attacking him back for allowing somebody to be an opposition. Look at how they are talking as if they are gods. But you know one thing that gave me solace in life? There was a time the Nebuchadnezzar was ruling the whole thing. They say he talks like a god. There was a time Julius Caesar was a god himself. But when the time comes, these things will crumble. Nobody knows. And my condolences to the senator that just died. Nobody knew what will happen or know what will happen tomorrow. The way APC government is doing, this country is finished. So they should, I probably have told Nigerians that they are the people bringing this insecurity. Because he says some people, they know them. Why wouldn't he mention them? Because we know how they form Boko Haram. We know how they form all these people in order to remove Jonathan from the post. And now those things are still working. They know. So my issue is that Nigerians, we are suffering. They are not thinking about us. And all this defection from one political party, from their party to APC, it's not that they are doing well or they are doing it in collaboration with people. That will tell you that they have people should know that these people are no longer for you. They don't care for you. They don't believe what you believe. They don't see your pain. What they are interested in is money, and they are the loser because they are not developed mentally. What they see is that money. It's not money the real issue. It's what legacy are you leaving? That's what we are thinking about. That's what every rational human being is supposed to think and look beyond. We must make this country to be great, but this group of people cannot make it. Nigerians should wake up.
One, that defection we started with, and at the beginning of the year, that year of this dispensation was so distracting, was so, it dissuaded this progress in this country. Because a governor who has his plan, and then he saw that so many things will affect him in such a way that he may not come back second time. He started thinking of defecting. There are so many consultations. How will such a person move forward? A senator, a rep, that wants to make law, and then there is a fear of if you don't defect to our own side, you may not come back next time, or you if you want to pass a bill, we will not be able to listen to you because you are not.
I don't want the next generation to struggle as much as we have. I want more awareness of sickle cell. Still, people die from it. Still, there's
thing was a serious distraction for development in this country. And then second, to be saying that the president is not aware, somebody's cabal is doing that and this, as if they brought the president from somewhere to come to Nigeria. Maybe they brought him from abroad, where he was schooling, and brought him to Nigeria. So he wasn't aware of what was going on in Nigeria. Were we not in Nigeria together during the time of Jonathan, during the time of Buhari, during the time of Obasanjo? We were all together in Nigeria. And the president didn't tell us he wasn't aware of any party. He was totally aware of everything, all the problems of Nigeria. Because this insecurity was very, very serious during the time of Buhari. And the president was, say something like he was one who helped Buhari to become president. So everybody is aware, everybody. The president is totally very much aware about what is going on in Nigeria. So he doesn't need anybody to tell him. What he needs is his blueprint, that solution that he has prepared before coming in as a president, to put it into action and then begin to listen to testimonies from ordinary Nigerians, the masses. But what we hear are, anytime they get to office, we start hearing something like cabal is controlling the office, cabal is doing this, cabal is doing...
it's not, well, you've heard Aisha Buhari speak very well, but in the case of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the cabal doesn't seem to be a negative thing, it seems to be one of positivity. They've helped the government, they've been very tactical, politically tactical in helping the president achieve his objectives.
Do you know why I love Obasanjo?
Why?
Obasanjo is a person that will take responsibility. In Akwa Ibom, or Cross River, Obasanjo came out and said, don't blame any mistake in my government. Don't blame my minister. Blame me because the ball stop on my table. What are they talking about? Cabal? Yes, you must have cabal. If anybody tells you that you can't have some people around you that will advise you, that person is lying. You have people around you that will tell you, Mr. President, Mr. Governor, look at how you should do this. We think you can do this thing will work. Look at this, look at this. Now, you will not sit as a leader to know the one that is good. But for somebody telling me the newspaper they give to president is different from what so you are stereotyped, you are caged. You are caged.
It's not possible.
No, I'm not.
Why?
That president is not supposed to be a president.
I'm coming. You want to tell me that there'll be two Guardian
They
newspaper?
can do it. They do, yes. There are.
Wait now.
They will pay them.
See, listen to me. You want to tell me that a popular
Mr.
I'm coming.
Let's not drag issues unnecessarily.
Mr. Lord, that's true.
Let me remind you something. Why was it that former President Muhammadu Buhari will always tell you he never knew what was happening?
Because he didn't want to know. True. But that newspaper of a thing is true.
That's not true. You do that.
Mr.
This VOP now, the president will be listening to another orchestrated VOP somewhere that is not real VOP.
No. It's a quite different. You see, this country is corrupt in the essence that these newspapers, they will pay them heavy amount of the money. They will print that newspaper that they meant for the president alone, and the other one for the public. It's doable. They are doing it. They do it. It's a difference. Not nobody.
Like VOP
but
now,
what I'm saying, listen, Mr. Lawal, don't argue this. VOP is a radio. They can't. They don't have time to listen to. But we are talking about newspaper. And let me tell you, any president that says he doesn't feed or know what is, I'm not in the mood, is not supposed to present. That means that person is dead, because you yourself supposed to move out. You are not caged. You are not caged. Those things are flexible excuses they are giving. But that of newspaper, they can do it, because every morning they have provision for it. You place all the newspapers in strategic place for the president and other office of the president, and all of them, they do it. You can't say they can't do it, please.
You see, they do it, Mr. Lau. That's why I said let's not track that aspect. It's possible. We've heard reports of how sometimes they isolate the presidents for one reason or the other. Aisha Buhari has really made a lot of revelations. I don't know if you've read about the things that she has said lately. It's like she was just waiting for this kind of opportunity to make a lot of expressions. She talked about her husband's diet, her husband's food, Mama Ndaura controlling. In fact, Mama Ndaura, I'm wondering, I haven't heard anything from him. I'm waiting for him to make a lot of counter statements, because we heard he was the one controlling every activity in Aso Villa, like literally everybody. Before you have access to Buhari, you will need to tell them precisely what you wanted. We also heard that they were part of the people that impeded President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the time, who was like a statesman, to have access to.
They know their reason of. One day they will tell Nigerians the reason why they are doing such a thing. They have a reason.
What's the reason?
I won't tell you here.
No, say it.
No,
now.
I cannot say it here. They should tell us.
One day they will tell us.
One day,
so what
it took Babangida 30-something years to tell us that the coup of 1966 is not an Igbo coup. It took him how many years? Almost 50 years, for him to say that. God keep us alive. They will tell us why they were shedding people not to come too close to Buhari.
I have something to say.
Please go ahead.
It's only in Nigeria that I hear, fictional stories that you'll be telling us something that is not true, while you describe it and everybody knows this is just a novel, a fictional novel. That is the way. In UK,
in what context? No, hold on. What context are you referring to?
Because all these things you are saying,
before you lose your train of
thought. Wait. The president doesn't. Is not aware. He doesn't. You have ministers, and you don't have a day. At least in which you speak one-on-one to your minister, they give you a report. They don't give a report. You just, after appointing them, they disappear. In UK, every week, the prime minister must meet with the monarch. one on one. I'm coming. So in Nigeria, the president doesn't have time.
Every time
with his ministers. He doesn't have time one on one to ask the minister what exactly is going on in your ministry.
You keep making reference to how things are done here with the UK and US, like the talisman or the template here seems to have a sense of orderliness. So no, hold on, Mr. Tony Mbata, because sometimes that's why I said, Mr. Lawal, to be honest with you, when you want to analyze issues for us here, let's analyze based on the structure we have here, the reality of what we have here, and so that when you're making a disputing claim, the disputing claim can be logically thought about, because you're referring to the UK, you're referring to the US. Are you for real? In comparison to what operates here, you very well know that the structure of Buhari is completely different of the structure in Tinubu's government. Tinubu has said it over and over that he is in charge of his government. There is no cabal that is telling him what to do. Whatever cabal he has, he's in charge of it. And this man is telling you, and in a way, if you look at the conversation and the issues developing, you can tell his son is close to him. They're all in the government and they're taking care of issues for him. Obviously, he has said that he cannot handle things alone. So what we are saying is, it is not a bad thing, actually, if his family are in consonance with him and having to drive his objective. It's not bad. But the question is it only for you and your family? Where does the interest of Nigerians fall in? Because that's a premise in which you were elected. That's basically how you won the election. You won the election because you were meant to represent the entire interest of everyone, regardless of their tribe and regardless of their religion.
Yes, I cannot tell you something.
Yeah.
You see, what Mr. Lawal is saying is is what is supposed to be. Any rational human being cannot even think of this. But in reality, in Nigeria, it's happening. So I am not blaming Mr. Lawal for telling us in UK, this is where human beings live and how government institutions are running, how it's supposed to be. So anybody who think this thing, it can happen, is a story. But we are telling you, the country we are in is happening. So believe it or not, and you don't need to argue with it. So stop bringing the US. Yes, US is where human beings, where government people
We're
are.
not saying they're perfect, though.
No,
Because they also have their own issues.
After all, they are animals.
There is a systemized process. There is a system.
System that is working.
That is the issue that we are discussing here.
Thank you. That's
so
the
when you
issue.
want to make a comparison, you can make a comparison with a system that supposedly puts a check and balance there, with a system here that we see that most of the power. Most of the power is on the executive. That's basically it. The executive has a lot of power here. And if you look at the trajectory of what is going on, those who are meant to prefer checks and balances seems to be,
because they're like
rubber stamps.
Yes, they are rubber stamp. Don't dispute that one. They are rubber stamp. And secondly, they don't know the power their institution they have. They don't know, and because they don't know who they are, and because they are not mentally developed, that's why you see them, both the judiciary, both the legislators are working under the shadow of the president. So who he is will tell you, not your father and to the other person. They will tell you, we don't have judiciary that is working. We don't have the legislators that are working. Other institutions that are supposed to be independent are not working. INEC is not working. Even the police, even the military, all of them believe. Yes,
you said they are not working.
They are not working. No institution in this country is working. Only we, the citizens.
What are your facts and
no
data
institution
to provide? Wait.
Okay, can we start from the police?
Let's try
or
to let's try to be factual and not too overly sentimental.
Okay.
Oh, you say all the institutions are not working.
Mention one institution. I'll tell you why they are not working. Mention one institution.
Okay, INEC and police.
Okay, thank God. You mentioned INEC and police. You just went look at a police, an IGO police that's supposed to retire how many years ago? He's still there. Working.
The president extended his tenure.
Is it supposed to be so?
The president can do that.
Can do what?
No problem.
What
He has
about
a
other people?
constitutional right.
How many years now is there for him to achieve purpose of somebody that put him there. Look at INEC.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tony Bata.
You know,
no, let's. I know, but
Okay.
Let's try to also understand certain things. The president extended the tenure
For
of
how many
somebody.
years?
You now want the person to say, "Sir, no, don't."
Why?
extend
What are
it,
the
though.
criteria of extending this thing? That we don't have any other person.
It beholds on the president.
No,
He's the one
you
that
should
can
tell
respond to that.
Nigerians why. You should tell Nigerians why. So we don't have any other capable person.
You can use this simple calculator from Rocket Mortgage to estimate how much cash you can get from your home. You don't need a HELOC to get money out of your home. Actually, homeowners are now turning to cash out refinances for a more responsible way to access cash.
The way you're talking about it, you're defending them.
Can you, Mr. Tony Bata, you're too emotional.
I should be because the country is not working.
You cannot be too
How can I
emotional.
not? My country is not working.
No, Mr. Tony.
Let us be
Mr.
objective,
Yes.
I'm objective. I'm objective. You say me
Mr. Tony,
emotional. Something
hold on.
about my emotion.
I'm speaking. You're being emotional. Let's look at the reality on ground.
Okay.
And let's look at the power that applies to the president. So please stop saying I'm defending. No, if you keep saying defending, whenever you talk, speak with facts. In as much as we understand what is on ground. If you go to court, you cannot win a case with all of these things you're saying.
You
will not win a case. You have to bring in facts. And then they will read the constitution out for you. The president has that constitutional right to extend the tenure of the IGP. What I am
on the ground.
Can you hold on, Mr. Tony? Hold on. Can you just listen? That's why I said, let's deal with the fact. Yes, it's wrong, but it's the president that extended his tenure. The president extended the tenure of the custom boss as well. Didn't he do so?
Yes.
So we're talking about the kind of power vested on the president. How do you question that? That is the kind of system we have.
Mr. You know you
Mr.
contradict
Tony,
yourself now. You say it's wrong.
Can you listen?
No, it's normal.
Can you
That-
listen
that
and
is
understand where I am coming from?
Okay.
Don't look at things from the prism. Understand where I'm coming from. What does the fact say? The fact is the president has a constitutional right
yes,
based
we are
on the
not
executive
disputing that.
powers on him to extend the tenure of anyone.
Can I
It is
respond?
now left for the House of Reps to actually argue and say, no, Mr. President, you cannot do this. But a situation where anything the president wants and the House of Reps passes it, it becomes it. So, Mr. Tony, what I'm trying to tell you is that when you keep saying it is unlawful, it is illegal, we're not saying that
lawful
based on what is constituted
constitutional.
on the president.
Can I tell you? I didn't.
Do you
I said
understand?
before
No,
Mr.
no,
President
but-
will do that. There are criteria before you can do that.
Can you listen to me? The president can do it.
With
Whatever criteria they assented to it, it is that kind of power of
That is the major,
that
that is the major
issue.
problem.
So please, Mr. Tony,
That's-
have you seen the
wait,
Constitution?
hold on.
Have you seen
Let's
the act?
try, Mr. Tony. Let's try. Yes, there's a police act, which is what Omoye Showore is talking about,
Okay.
and he's not wrong. But the president has the right to extend the tenure. That is his power. Nobody is disputing that. Nobody is saying that it is morally right. No. So please be careful when you make statements towards me by saying I am supporting. We're here to analyze issues from a prism of objectivity based on the factuality or the constitutional approval to it. So when you want to analyze issues, back it up with facts, even if we are all emotional, but let's not be too sentimental towards issues. It's very, very important. Please, I know why I'm begging you about that. So in as much as we say institutions are not working, I was expecting you to refer to very, very current cases which betrays, the Police Service Act of the police under the jurisdiction of the IGP. 1, 2, to also talk about a recent case that actually places INEC in a false light. That is how you refer to issues that are poignant, and when you say they are not working
like
on
even
this
the
national
security.
platform. Yes.
Yeah, we talk about security. You see, there,
Thank
there's,
you very
there's a
much.
Very
God bless
loophole.
you.
You say this thing because when you have the Ministry of Defense, and then everybody is afraid. Then you ask, what are you doing that we are afraid? We're supposed to feel secured now. So you now say it's not working. Or we have Ministry of Police Affairs, and then you ask, please, what have you achieved since you became minister in this ministry? Have you achieved? Have you made any significant difference before this ministry was created? And then the person will come and begin to chew his tongue before you now say, bros, this ministry is not working. But if you come in and say, so I've been able to move from stage 2, I've been able to achieve like stage 10, and you say, okay, we see what you are, it's not enough. Then let's do more.
Mr. Kunda and Esther.
Like,
I was saying what I'm saying.
wait, excuse me. Like, which ministry is this tax? I've forgotten which this ministry.
Federal Inland Revenue.
Thank you. See, that one is working. You see the way they quickly do that, the tax, next year we are paying tax. You know, that ministry is actually working. Because
You say it's working.
No, it's getting something from us a lot.
Did you hear the recent allegation by a senator from Sokoto?
I heard.
That you say it's working.
No, what I'm saying
You're referring to how they update release statistics. Is that what you're referring to?
What I'm trying to say is that when something is 1 and then you move it to 5, you say it's working. So our tax has been increased. So that means the ministry is working. By next year, Nigerians will grow. The government will smile to the bank. So you can see that what they want them to do, they are doing it. So them it's working.
When I was saying what I'm saying, I know what I'm saying. The Police Act have their own right before the president can, approve or extend the tenure of. But when the Mr. President did it, was it in consonant with the Police Act? Nobody can answer that question, and he himself knows that he didn't. And also, before the president can extend the tenure of, because of maybe are we in a war, he must give the reason why these persons, both custom or police or whatever, why I'm extending this, or we don't have a capable hand. You can't say the president have the power. One day the president will have the power to say Imo State or Abia State or Sokoto, destroy it, and it will happen. So what we're saying is that because the institutions are not working, people that mind those institutions don't even know the power they have. Because the judiciary themselves are not working. When they defend it, go to the court will dance to the tune of president.
Mr. Tony Bata, I don't want us to dwell on this back and forth because I asked you about certain critical institutions and to give me live instances. We're not saying that what you're saying is whatever, but for the sake of objectivity in the conversations that we have, we'll make references to issues that we have all witnessed, that we all know. That is what I'm talking about when it comes to analyzing issues. A federal high court in Abuja has affirmed the power of the president to extend the tenure of a retired inspector general of police pending when the process of appointing a successor is completed. Now, it also happened during the tenure of late Muhammadu Buhari when he extended the tenure of Mohammed Adamu as Inspector General of Police by 3 months after he clocked the mandatory 35 years in service on February 1. What I am trying to tell you, Mr. Tony Bata, is that the president has the right, but then there needs to be an explanation as to why are you doing that. That is what you should question, but not to say that the president does not have that right.
No, this is I said the criteria he did not.
That is what you said. No, Mr. Tony, that is what you said, and I'm trying to tell you that he has the constitutional rights. We're not talking about the moral whatever angle to it. Does the president have a right to extend the tenure of the IGP? Yes, he does, because you were talking about the fact that the IGP there, according to what you just said, he's illegally there. And for you, you believe that because he's illegally there, that is why some protocols or hierarchies there are not operating properly as it ought to be. And I'm trying to tell you that he did not extend his tenure by himself.
Yes,
the president did so.
Listen to what I'm saying.
So it's not left for him to say, Mr. President, I don't want you to extend my tenure.
Listen to what I'm saying. Wait, listen to what I'm saying. Even though the president have the constitutional right, but there are some hinges, some aspect of the constitution you must fulfill before you can do that. It's not that he has absolute power to stand up and say your tenure extended. No, there are criteria you will meet before you will do that. He didn't do that.
The president has the constitutional rights. Whether there is one ladder to climb or not, he has the right. The question we're supposed to analyze and look at is what kind of executive powers does a president has that somehow he's almost the most powerful president. If yes, that is what you should question, Mr. Tony. That's what I'm telling you.
You know the Constitution.
The kind of power the Constitution beholds on the president. That is what you should question. In other words, the Constitution should be reframed, reviewed. Certain things should be looked into. Please, we've got into this.
The Constitution given to us by the military, there was not a time, Nigerians know, there was not a time that we sat to discuss the Constitution of Nigeria. It was given to us by military. And you can't say that the power, and even in that Constitution, the president have the constitutional power to do things, but there are criteria.
Nobody's arguing that. Nobody's arguing that. It's because you said he's illegally there.
No.
The prism of the president, he's not, because it was the president that did that. Although his service here is done with. I don't know if he gets my drift.
I am getting what you're saying. If you don't meet the constitutional requirement of doing things, how can he be
then you don't blame him. It's the president you would blame.
Yes,
you know
I'm blaming him at National Assembly.
Do you know the major?
Because they're not doing their job.
Do you know the
When
major?
somebody did not follow the constitutional requirement.
You know the major problem here. The major problem is actually the other arms of government.
Thank you.
That is the headache.
That is what I wanted.
That's why you have the
check
rest.
and balances.
The rest, I want to look at it and say, no, if this one did this like this, no, it didn't bring progress to us, we will change that law. Or we amend it in such a way that we can fine-tune it in such a way that there will be no issue next time. But they don't do that. They just left everything like that. If it happened in time of Muhammadu Buhari, we will have reviewed it and said, did it benefit Nigerians or not? Now, the same thing is happening now. Look at that case of Rivers State and Fubara. Well, when they went to court, there was a lot of people begin to interpret this differently. But that thing is, we don't know, that thing is going to generate problem in the future in this country.
So
There's going to be a serious problem on that.
What we're supposed to look at is how the National Assembly, the House of Reps, did not question that. Because that is their job, that's their role. And also the role of the courts to say, no, Mr. President, you cannot do this because this is what, do you understand? This is what applies. So we're talking, that is basically the lack of checks and balances we're talking about. But to say that the IGP is there illegally or it's the president.
Is there a limit?
That's the thing.
When you can extend
there is an amendment on the Police Service Act 2020-2024. They created a statutory 4-year term leading to legal debate over whether this overrides the constitutional retirement age, that is 60 years/35 years of service, or allows for extensions within the fixed term, with the executive generally arguing the amended act, which provides a clear path for extended service as seen with IGP Egbetokun.
See, that's why this country is like it's like a dictatorial government that we are running. You know why? Because the way they interpret it, because you'll be looking at even the judicial, even up to the Supreme Court, people begin to argue. What type of interpretation do you give? That is not clear. You see lawyers debating this. You are supposed to make everything clear to everybody. You are the head. You are everything hands at the Supreme Court. But that's why at the same judgment of the Supreme Court, you see lawyers.
Looking for a family-friendly destination that's both fun and affordable? Look no further than Stockton, California. Come experience our range of attractions, from interactive museums to
It will not be totally clear, and people will now begin to argue different. I don't understand. So these are the problems that we are facing, that is even making this country, we have put this country where it is now. This is what put it. Because one thing is this, even at home, the constitution is not written, it's unwritten. But when you get to the point in which there's an argument between two children, you see the daddy will come in and say, he will not try to settle it. Everything will be clear to everybody.
Based on the constitutional power, the president appoints the IGP in consultation with the police council, and courts have ruled they can extend tenure as a stopgap, meaning that the president gave whatever reason he gave.
But
now the police, hold on, that's the question now. The Police Act Amendment of 2020-2024, it introduced a specific 4-year term for the IGP under Section 7, subsection 6, which aims to provide, according to what that act is saying, stability. Now, what is the controversy? The core debate is whether this 4-year term, which can exceed traditional retirement ages, or the constitutional retirement age, 35 years, that's 60 years of, that is 35 years of service, and you've gotten to the age being 60 years of age.
So
which of it is it? Your 35 years in service, or you being 60 years of age takes precedence? Which one of them takes precedence, especially when an IGP reaches retirement age mid-term? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So now, on the executive stance, the presidency and attorney general have argued the amended Police Act and allows for the IGP to complete their statutory 4-year term, even if they reach retirement age, as it's a specific law for that office. That is what the president used to extend the tenure of the IGP. That's what he used to extend the tenure of the IGP. That's why I was telling Mr. Tony Mbata that they will tell you that if you go to court, they'll tell you this is their facts. This is what they used to do, what they did. Nobody is considering the immoral angle of the whole thing. I don't know if you get my drift. Yes. So the constitutional whatever and their legal whatever, that is what the technicality of it, which is what happened in 2023, the technicality that was applied ahead. So that is what we're saying.
Yes.
But however, Mr. Tony Bata, let's continue with other conversations today.
Thank you for the
Thank you very much.
Constitution.
No, we're here to educate ourselves. That's why I said, in as much as we become emotional, we should also extend and infuse the facts on what is on ground. The way things apply here is completely different from how it's done in other countries. It will make you have migraine. Okay, thank you for that. Now let's so in Godswill Akpabio, he said that there are 5 senators left. They're even the ones telling them not to join the APC. So what happens if we now have a one-party system? Are we going to say that anything that Nigerians counter, so long as their representative in the House of Assembly, either in the green chamber or in the red chamber, say no or yes, and it doesn't resonate with what the constituencies they represent, then that would go? For example, some of the talks, we're talking about the Electoral Act. We have been writing to the National Assembly to please expedite the motion on some of the things in the Electoral Act so we can have a transparent and smooth 2027 elections. But you can see the areas that they choose to allow to go. How much money spending limit for campaigns,
which is irrelevant.
Also, they are looking at the fact that for primaries, they considered anybody who induces anyone in the primaries to go to 2-year jail term without fine. They overwhelmingly said no. In other words, you can induce.
You can induce.
That is the one that is really important.
You ask a question. When we have thesis and it formed to antithesis, what will happen is that they destroy themselves and come back to thesis. One of the courses we did. What will happen, assuming if it is true, what Akpabio, this politician can tell you another thing is happening. He said 5 of them, we don't know whether they are 5 or not. But when, assuming it happened, all of them becomes APC state senators, they will destroy themselves in that house. That's what is going to happen.
You think so?
It's
going
beyond,
to happen.
It's beyond that.
It's going to happen.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's already happening in the house. You see that many times, it's only in Nigeria I see where the Senate president or the speaker will be the one talking, while the Senate and the rep will keep quiet.
That is true.
That's the only time you are an umpire. You are not supposed to talk. You leave the house to argue it. They'll be the one saying, no, Senator, so. You don't have to talk about that's the head. No, you don't. I begin to wonder, what is your position? You don't know. You don't know what your position.
You're talking what as if you don't know.
You are no umpire. It's like referee telling a Fula, no, you don't have to play like that. You are the umpire, for God's sake. This is the decorum. It's normal all over the place. You have 2 sides. That house, you have people there, and their purpose is to argue cases. That is the purpose of the assembly, is to argue. Because it's during the argument is when you are going to see, weaknesses and strengths of what you are discussing. But here you see the Senate president and the speaker say, no. You don't have to go to that area. Who are you? You are just one person out of all of them. They are the one who elected you to be head. You are not superior to them. You are the same with them. And they put you as an umpire to maintain balance between. So you need to be quiet and let them trash this thing. But you give them time limits.
Who do you
give
blame?
them time?
Who do you blame?
It's because people who are there, you understand, they are there for their own purpose. So everyone speaks from his own tummy. How fat or I want my tummy to be. So whoever puts something in my tummy is the one that will go along. Look at the way they clear Reno. I was wondering, look at the way they clear the INEC chairman. Suppose they take a bow for somebody who wants to come, a whole professor. If you are taking a PhD course, you see the way they respect a professor. You see the way anything you say, you argue, the professor will not talk. It is at the head of the whole thing there is a dispute that the professor will now talk because he's the head of all of you. But somebody who is so junior to a professor, who is so junior, we don't even know their qualification, is telling a professor not to answer, that he will answer for him. When they are asking, it's an insult to his academics. But that is what we are here. You see, everything look at, even when it comes to clearing, tell somebody somebody wants to go for ambassadorial to sing national anthem for God's sake. What does that got to do with what that person wants to do? So you get to America now as an ambassador, they will ask you to sing national anthem. Have you ever told I'm a Nigerian American ambassador in Nigeria to sing national anthem?
Mr. Kundaya, the question there is that those people asking the question, do you know their background, their level? Their level. You see, when one rep member was trying to move a motion, he couldn't even move a motion. You see some of them that don't have certificates that are there. So how can they now, even the fear, the inferiority complex will not allow them to ask the professor question. That's why they will ask them, take bow and go. Most of the people there.
What's about Reno? So Reno is not a professor now. I know that because they believe very close to I'm 80. I've been governor. You need to. Some people are not governor. What does that go to? The thing is that our senators, our house members, what are their own qualifications? Inferiority. When you don't know who you are, they cannot even ask questions. So in Nigeria, we have entered one chance where these people are. In the olden days, when the white men were in Nigeria, you see all these obas and people who didn't even go to school. You see the way they talk with these white men. They talk intellectually. They have an interpreter that will interpret, and the white men give them respect that these people, though they don't have this academic, but they have this brain.
Which white now? Which people?
No, I'm talking about people in the olden days. You see those obas, you see the way they even talk, and they are given respect by the colonial masters because they know who they are. It's about the brain, the intellect. It's not about whether you actually go to school. That is a when you know who you are.
Mr. Tony Mbata, you're very right, to be honest with you, in your expressions, okay? But there is a fundamental flaw in how Nigerians get to absorb some of the things that happens. The only way they can express themselves if they want to react to some of these things in government, Mr. Tony, is that they would want to protest. So now they cannot protest. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Who said we cannot protest?
Okay, so why, ever since all of this whole tax situation, talks, no accountability, no transparency, everywhere is just there.
Yes, I was thinking about it today.
Somehow,
it's a shutdown. That's the proper word.
Listen, what is going to happen? Nigerians will protest. Mark my word.
On the day of elections.
When the tax issue, because they have started deceiving us. You saw what the senator said. The ones they gazetted is different from the ones they passed. When the realities were done on Nigerians, you go to bank. Because the money they are taxing you, is it the one they have taxed you before or the one they tax you before they will tax you again? This will be organic protest. It will happen. Bet me, mark it where. By the time you go to bank, you see bank have removed this, bank have removed that.
We had a tax personnel who came here the other day and told us that the bank wouldn't just remove money from your account, but like you said, the flaws that were observed, that was published, apparently if you don't make a tax return, you'll be arrested, you could be fined, they could even come and arrest you, which was what we were not told initially. The only thing we were told is that you could actually audit yourself, go and get a link, try to get your tax card or clearance or whatever, get a TIN number and update yourself. But make sure that you don't get to a situation where if you're not updating your tax, where you would need their help for one thing or the other, that you will not be caught. But now, based on what was published, if you do not, live up to that expectation, you'll be arrested and you'll be fined. So who would do all of that? When did it become something to be done? And how come that was not what was originally, discussed in the house?
It's like before we have what they call Mansa.
Is it monthly? Is it yearly? Then the enterprise, like I wasn't opportune to speak. The enterprise, the way they tax them is like you are taxing somebody who is working under somebody. That's what I had. Like an enterprise now, if they give you 2 million to go and do a job as an enterprise, now out of that 2 million, you are going to buy materials, transport, logistics, and everything, cost of doing the business. Maybe your own profit out of all of that is maybe 300,000. Now the government doesn't look at that; they tax you totally of that money. They don't see whether you go to. They take it as that's your income. Now, if 300,000 is your profit, and the government tax that 2 million.
If you want to shock everyone by Christmas, tomorrow we're starting with the winter Tai Chi walking plan, designed especially for beginners over 50.
In 1 week, you'll feel lighter. In 2 weeks, you'll move easier with less pain. in 1 month. You'll wonder why you ever wasted time at the gym. This is a Tai Chi walking weight loss plan built for men over 50 who are done with the gym struggle. Just 7 calm.
Nigerians, because of their selfish aim, they are not giving us what we're supposed to hear and know about these stars. Everything is done in secrecy. And okay, another thing you ask yourself, is this a social contract we have with government? That's why we gave them our sovereign power. And this tax, nobody say tax. They will tell you, British, they are paying heavily. America, they are paying heavily. This, they are paying. You look at those places, the social amenities, they are all there. Light 24 hours. You have your internet, you have your hospital, you have a network, a road, everything. So for them to tax you, you see where they are going. But here in Nigeria, we don't have those things. It's for them to take it and put it in their pocket. And most of these agencies are their private companies, like you have them here in Lagos, Alphabet and all the rest of them. So you see, when the senator made such an allegation, a heavy allegation, that government has gone far to gazetted this and brought it out for people, for them to deceive us, is it not a deceit? To tell you that even any government, any country, the government of the day is supposed to be facing impeachment motion. Who is saying it? He's supposed to, by now, if he's supposed to resign, or you set a high power inquiry to ask why this thing, because president no. Nobody will do it. Nigerians should know that it's not a longer time that everybody will sit in your house because you are eating, because you can import. You are saying that a lot of traffic money is coming. No, Nigerians are supposed to begin to ask questions. Yes, where they get the money, and that's why some people, few of us that are not facing it, are no longer talking. You can see a so-called man of God would stay in his bedroom because government can backyard, give him money or something. He will tell you that this thing will happen. Start predicting falsehood, who will win election. What correlation between a pastor to tell us who will win 2027 election, how the position will match, who will beat. That to tell you they are speaking from the devil side of it. They are not men of God. And Nigerians, please, I beg people, it's high time everyone should started thinking of how to move this country forward by asking questions, by demanding your right. You see, some people today, when police are arresting, bring this, you bring. Fear is the enemy of any human being that want to progress. You don't want to die, you will still die. It's better you die.
Let's take a very short break. The evening rush continues. To kind of stay with us. So sincerely do appreciate you staying with us. Just very short break. I'll be right back.
Customer, welcome. What do you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Contact fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
For being here with us, I sincerely do appreciate the passion with which you guys tend to, intellectually edify us. That's basically what we're trying to do right here. So again, let's look at the judicial system, Mr. Tony Mbata. The 2027 election is coming close. The Court of Appeal, I think I have that audio, where she was actually commending the president, commending Nyesom Wike, and saying that Nigerians that keep saying they are corrupt, what evidence do they have? What cases have they proven? What can they bring to the table to say this particular judge or this particular justice has exhibited any form of corruption, bias, lack of objectivity? That's not what it is. She said it. I've forgotten her name. I think the president of the Court of Appeal. Yes, she was addressing the judges at the time when people, I think Justice Kikerioko, they had a kind of conference where she spoke and she addressed them, and they were thanking the minister of the SCT, like vehemently thanking him for the accommodation that he provided for the judges. So Nigerians now said, is this what we're going to face? So if this is the system we currently have on ground, then what is the essence for actually going to vote in 2027 if Nigerians have not been able to trust the judicial system, and if the judicial system have not disposed or exhibited a sense of no, whatever it is a perception you guys have, we intend to change the narrative. It's not going to be like that going forward.
Esther, when the judiciary, they have their convention or whatever, instead of them to sing.
Hold on, please. Okay. I think I've seen it now. Let me play it out.
And when commercial matters are held down in court because time has to be expended on electoral matters, they're not helping our system. We keep hearing of corruption allegation against judges. Please provide the evidence. That's what we need, evidence. Since no one has come up with any evidence to show that they are corrupt or that we are corrupt, I believe that we are doing our best. I know that we are doing our best, and we are enduring a lot of discomfort, but all in good stride out of love for our beloved country, Nigeria. 2 weeks ago, a judge of the Delta State Judiciary, who had retired, was murdered in her room, in her house. She was bounded up. Well, her corpse was found in the morning. What happened, we do not know. But one thing we know is that she was living in an area that was not all that secure. So even after we've left office, we're still not safe because of the decisions that we have taken. So we appreciate the efforts of the Minister of the FCT, who is bringing the good, his good works from Rivers to the FCT. Because I had the privilege of going to Rivers State to represent the Honorable Chief Justice, then to commission houses that His Excellency built for his judges, and they were honor-fire houses.
All right, so that's Honorable Justice Monica Obona and Dongban Mensam, CFR, President, Court of Appeal.
As I was saying something then, I said when they have their last annual whatever, you know, instead of them to sing national anthem, he's talking about evidence. Instead of them to sing national anthem, they were singing on your mandate.
No, today it also happened.
On your mandate we stand.
Yes.
So when they began to sing such a music to a sitting president, what are they telling us? Which mandate are they standing? Is it not
should not stand on the mandate.
He's standing on. So is it okay?
His mandate is trustworthy.
Okay, the mandate of the president is what, so they are part of the government. And I don't, you know, they will tell you to bring evidence. But one thing I know, in the recurrent expenditure that this is the executive that's supposed to be the house of judiciary, where they're supposed to have their own account, what they want to do, and the executive is not building. They are singing on the mandate. God will judge.
And also the confusing court judgment. That we've heard a lot of them complain on several occasions how politicians use them to do their whims and caprices.
Yes.
In Rivers State, you saw before the state of emergency was declared, from the defection of the 27 lawmakers, one court said they should be recognized, another one said they should not be recognized. It was so bad until Justice Kekereku came in. She had to set up a committee to investigate all the judgments that were done, that were handed down in Rivers State. That's when we heard about some judges who were asked to stop to leave the judicial panel because of corruption and all of that, which she found discrepancies in all of that. Again, that's the kind of people that are sitting at the temple of justice. That's the people. The question is, if this is what we're experiencing now, what then happens in 2027 where the discrepancies were observed and they will tell you go to court, and then obviously the court does what they know how to do.
And they ask you evidence.
Now, you said that mandate. I want to speak on that mandate. When you say you stand on somebody's mandate, that person's mandate is his authority. Now, this is separation of power, and you are standing under somebody else's authority. That means you are saying that person has authority over you. If you say you on that person's mandate, you stand. It means that person has authority over you, because mandate means the authority that is vested in that person. Is that what the judiciary is telling us? Even the House also did that. So they are telling us that they are under the executive, they are under the president. Is that a separation of power? Is that what they are supposed to be? That is an evidence enough that judiciary is biased. Because you are supposed to be equal and opposite to the executive.
Okay, work with me. All that meal prep for what? Reach your health goals through hers? Hair loss, mental health, weight loss. Let's do this. We are so back. Start today at forhers.com.
The president is supposed to be the one singing that song oppositely, that on the mandate of the people I stand, and the arm of government that represent the people is the rep, the lower chamber and the upper chamber. It's supposed to be saying, on your mandate I stand, because your people voted me into office, not the way round.
Not the other way around.
And they're telling us to bring evidence.
All right, Nigerians, let's take your reaction. The number to call is 080-3692-9933, and the WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Turn down the volume of your radio, please. You haven't done that. Hello? Hello? All right, please, when you call, turn down the volume of your radio, okay? 080-3692-9933, and the WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. Hello? What is going on? Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello?
Hello?
Can you turn down the volume of your radio?
Hello?
Yes, good evening. Welcome. What's your name? Can you turn down the volume of your radio? What is going on? Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. What's your name?
I'm calling from Majambari.
All right, please go ahead, sir.
Hello?
Go ahead. Okay. 080-3692-9933. Hello?
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine. Mr. Kundara, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Thank you.
And my brother over there, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This is Alpha. I'm calling from the region.
All right, welcome, sir.
Esther, please, I want to beg you to be coming down. You know, I started listening to you from the beginning. It seems as if you are, I don't know how to say this, but don't get me wrong. You are the presenter, not an analyst.
Oh, can you guys react to the issue? Are you calling to berate or whatever? Can you focus on the conversation we had, please? Because we try to clarify issues here. If my analyst is not clarifying as expected, it's my job to enlighten, at least highlight the objectives. Can we focus on the point of conversation, please? Don't start with this, because if it starts like this, every other person will continue with this train of thought. All right, please, let's focus on the conversation. Tell me where you think you want to contribute. Either you're against what we discussed or you're for, and give us your facts. I beg you. It's very important. We cannot use sentiment to overshadow facts. I just need to explain that to you. It's our job to educate ourselves here. Thank you very much. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello? 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening, welcome. Please, what's your name?
My name is Abraham.
Abraham, welcome to the show. Please go ahead. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from the Yanataja side.
All right, Abraham, please go ahead.
Yeah. What you did just now, by cutting the last caller off.
Can you react to the issues, please? React to the issue, not me. I am not the conversation here. Don't make it a personal thing, please.
Caller calls and he's talking about.
Hello?
Hello?
Please, can you react to the issue? Can you react? Can you give your contribution
to the program?
Just
give me just 10 seconds.
You're trying to attack.
I'm not attacking anybody.
All right,
I'm not attacking.
Go ahead.
But I just give me 5 seconds.
Can you go ahead, please?
When a caller calls to attack your analyst, the way you call this caller,
Oh God.
08036929933. 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. Hello, good evening. Please turn down the volume of your radio. Thank you very much. Good evening.
I'm sorry. Good evening.
Welcome, sir. Please, what's your name?
My name is Emeka, calling from Apapa.
Mr. Emeka, welcome to the program, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. My regards to Ekundaya and Tony Bata.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah. So what I want to say this evening is that I've heard all what you are discussing there. The only solution to this, because of all the people is going among the reserves, those who call our reserves our government. The only solution is that the masses will come out and react. Like what happened in one country, whether it's Nepal or whether I don't know what the name.
Kenya.
This impunity will not stop. Hello?
We're hearing you, sir.
So, see, you and a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye. The government has shown us that they are not responsible. We will continue to watch them. Fail everything. No institution is working. There's nothing like separation of power. They are just doing rubbish. Then the masses, they have to stand up and stand on their rights and fight this government, no matter what it takes. Nobody should. One problem is that people are not educated. Many Nigerians are not educated. I'm telling you honestly. If you watch the opinion of people, you know that they don't even know what they are doing. So that is our problem. But we need to fight this government to a standstill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate your call. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good evening.
Welcome, sir. What's your name, please? Hello?
Hello? I said my name is Kingsley.
Your voice is very low. Hello?
Hello? I said my name is Kingsley. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just want to ask you two things. Esther.
Sir?
Maybe you have to stop this program. You can't be challenging people this way.
You said what?
Not the way to
what do you say?
Stop the program.
08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome, sir. How are you?
Yeah.
Fine. Hello.
I greet the gentleman in the studio.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. This is Dr. David calling from IGS in Lagos.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the reality that we are facing now is the fact that the corruption within every arm of government has become monumentally visible, and it's something that with the way we are going, we now get to a point that we now be looking for just one person or two persons in Nigeria that we can trust, and it becomes practically impossible. So what I want to say is that it's just left for the people, because I know there is a way you can push the goats to the wall and the goats will surely bite. And with what is going on in the country, with the level of impunity and rascality that is being, thrown at us as a people, if you're kind of like, how will you tax somebody who is not working? Can you tax a jobless man? We have a lot of unemployed youth in the country. People are on the streets, doing a lot of stuff that are not actually human what they are supposed to do. But because of the reality of ground, people can no longer eat well, people can no longer feed well, people go to the hospital, they can't pay their bills, people die of preventable conditions. That is the truth. And we have this microscopic few living big, living large, enjoying themselves. Their children are not in the country. They are not facing the reality that the masses in Nigeria are facing. Actually cried and bleed for this country. And I'm only watching and waiting and see if we are going to continue with this trajectory where impunity, corruption, and rascality has become the order of the day. Thank you for what you guys are doing. Keep speaking truth to power. But I know a time will come, irrespective of how many people are defending to just one political party. But one thing I am coached of is the fact that let your enemy go into one room so that when you want to attack them, you know how to go about it. Thank you. And have a nice.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I love the end.
Yeah, 036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good evening.
Welcome, sir. How are you?
Yeah. My name is Monday.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Yes, I hear your name is Henry.
Monday.
Monday.
Okay. Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Egbe. I'm calling from Egbe. Okay, what I want to add to the program is that this tax scheme will define the direction Nigeria will go come 2026. This government have not seen it well. They think that they can box us to the corner. The truth is that pretending that things are not wrong and that Nigerians are finding it easy is the worst hypocrisy I've ever seen. And the worst part is that it's coming from the elite. You see people that went to school, supposedly educated, and they will come and lie. This is a country that does not have statistical data. And you begin to hear inflation must come down. Then what you are the perimeter to use at arriving at this. We don't have anything in census. We don't know how many we are. Maybe because the governments are open, people are bringing in food anyhow, rice is coming down, then you leave it to judge that things are coming down. No, I'm going to say that this tax, Nigerians will resist it. You shouldn't go to anybody. By January, you will see the worst. Because by the time their structures are meant to be one, by the time people Nigerians resist them, they have no choice than to bow. Lastly, Esther, I know you will not be happy with this one. Calm down. You are rushing people. That is the truth. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you to the beta thalassemia and sickle cell communities
for inspiring us, partnering with us, and giving us the opportunity to stand with you, for you.
Our Vertex teams around the globe are proud to be working
in hopes of advancing innovative ideas and to make a difference.
And our progress so far is just the beginning.
As we expand our work in this space, we remain committed to our goal
of having a transformative impact on people living with these serious blood disorders.
And we continue to stand by your side.
Babo, long time. How are you, sir?
I'm very, very fine.
Welcome.
I love what your analysts are all discussing over the issue on ground.
Yes, sir.
In terms of tax, we are all ranting. We talk on the media, we have no action, no positive action. APC are here on a very diagonal situation, all things are wrongly there and there. So the Nigerian system is just in a dilemma. Let's put it that way. If they are not moving in the appropriate way it ought to move. In terms of tax, they've said it and they are going to utilize it. January is just about 2 weeks to come. The tax will commence. So we are just talking. When will Nigeria speak up? Look about what is happening. Look at what is happening in African countries. Cameroon here, it happened again. In Cotonou here, just behind us here, it happened. So what are we talking? Let Nigeria sit up. We are not talking of the youth. Then youth elders sit up. Then we find the APC and make them understand. We know our rights. This is justice. Whoever is fighting you, Esther, forget it. You are doing your job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Babo. All right, 08036929933. That's the number to call, 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817175638. That is the WhatsApp number. Hello, good evening. How are you, sir?
Fine. Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name, please?
Yes, my name is Manase. I'm calling from Egbeda.
All right, welcome, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes, I want to ask this. I only have this question to ask. When
Hello? 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 What's going on? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
Okay, my name is Jason. I'm calling from Abandi.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I want to say something about this issue we are talking about.
Sir, can you speak up, please?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Nigerians need orientation, real lot of orientation. Understand about issues. Understand?
Mm.
So the problem we are having in this country is orientation. Can you hear me?
You're fading and coming, but it's like. But continue.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I say Nigerians, the problem we are having is most of us are not oriented. Understand?
Yeah.
We need orientation.
All right.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Continue, we're hearing you. Hello? Okay. Hello, good evening.
Maybe you should call back.
Hello? I don't know, it's like they can't hear. Hello? Okay, let me remove from the call. This person is not speaking. Hello? 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. Hello? Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome.
Good evening.
What's your name?
Yes. What I want to say is
What's your name, sir?
you can Mr. Meka from Papa.
All right, Mr. Mecca, please go ahead.
Okay. No matter how they defend, no matter how everybody get an enter here, all I know is I have my club. At least let me start from my family. We are about 4. Not a extended family. If it's not a extended family, we are about 20 or 30. My club, my market square. So we all know, we decide where to vote. Let them leave Ricky. And let them go one side. The whole governor, the whole minister, the whole rich people in Nigeria, let them vote for one side. Let the masses vote for one side. Let's see who is the owner of the country. Because they want to use power, they use elect to read. If they say this is here, let's open to this. Okay, let this is here for this. Let the whole rich people and the whole governors, the whole minister, the whole ambassadors, everybody go one side. Let the masses go one side. Let's go away.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Gentlemen, I watched President of Nigeria, presenting 2026 annual budget, and the way the whole thing is going over there. Esther Nwachukwu, Nigeria or Nigerians, or let's say sub-Saharan Africans, sub-Saharan, all the whole, we are not ready for democracy. What is going on over there is not democracy. It's only rich people, those who have acquired money through dubious means. They have captured the state. They have captured everything. You look at them, the way they behave, the way they laugh, the way they walk, the way they talk. These people have captured the whole state. This is a state capture. You imagine Akpabio telling you that out of 100 and something senators, only 5 now are remaining, and he's even begging them to stay in their party. What a shame! This is the worst time, the worst democratic dispensation in Nigeria. Buhari's era was innocent compared to what this man is, what Nigeria is going through under this man. I'm telling you the fact. It's so disgusting watching these people. It's so appalling watching these people.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. That is the WhatsApp number to send your messages to this evening. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello, sir. Welcome. Can you turn down the volume of your radio, please? Hello? Hello? Can you turn down the volume of your radio?
I'm already doing that.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Chigozie, calling for Lagos.
Chigozie, you haven't done that completely. There's still feedback. All right. Go ahead, Chigozie, if you've done that. Go ahead then.
What I want to emphasize is on tax.
Okay.
And the tax, I'm not support. I didn't support of.
Hello. All right. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Welcome, sir. What's your name?
My name is Peter.
Your name is what, sir?
Peter.
Peter, calling from where, please?
From our papa.
All right, Mr. Peter, go ahead.
I think you're good.
Thank you.
What I want